write it. Joe will write it.
Yo, welcome to another mock draft episode. Me and Dynasty Key ready to break down some more mock drafts for the Dallas Cowboys after another eventful week in the draft sphere. This weekend we had the Combine in Indy. It's there every year. Players getting 40 times, bench press reps, and all that kind of stuff. What did you think, Alex?
Man, it was awesome. Hey, shout out Matthew Golden representing UT once again with the number one fastest player at the NFL Combine. Love to see it. That's going to be our shot of the week, going to Matthew Golden. Shout out to that guy.
Cheers, man.
So really interesting. You know, not everybody tested. I'm curious to know once we get into it how you feel about that. But we saw a lot of good performances. We had the highest ever average 40 time for running backs. So this class really did live up to the billing of one of the best classes out there. So today we're going to get into a mock draft, see how some of the things change around for the Dallas Cowboys and where they're picking at. We're going to do a couple variations of it. So if you don't get who you want in the first attempt, we might get them after that. So we're going to do a trade back in one. We're going to potentially take the best running back available, and then we'll see what else we'll do for that third one. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And Dallas Cowboys are on the clock, just like that. And Ashton Jeanty's available, ranked fifth best player on the board. I'm wondering, with him not testing, how do you feel about that in relation to some other options that might be out there? We had one guy in Omarion Hampton. I've got his RAS score here. Shout out to Math Bomb. He started following me last year. He does great work, and I've been working on my own model here. And I mean, Omarion Hampton is just crushing. I think he's one of the top backs we've seen in some time. But for the guys who tested, size, speeds wide, height 5'11", weight 221. He's got the 38-inch vertical, broad jump 210. And he's running a 4.47. I mean, the guy can move. He's got the really good BMI and size that you want in a workhorse running back. So with guys like that available, do we have to go Jeanty here? I think that's going to be one of the big questions. Dave, how you feeling?
Well, I mean, when you look at a guy who doesn't participate, who's projected to be the number one player in his position group, I get it. It doesn't, you don't have to go out there and compete if you ran for 2,600 yards, second only to Barry Sanders all time in a single season. That type of resume begets a guy making smart, savvy business decisions. So that's great. But at the same time, his peers have come to compete. I think the competitiveness that we saw was pretty, it rose all ships for that running back group. I think they all ended up running a lot of them ran better 40 times than I thought they would. And as you alluded to, having a higher average score here or 40 time, is kind of indicative of that. So Ashton Jeanty, did you leave any money on the table? I don't really think so. But maybe some prestige is left on the table. And it only takes one team to like a guy over you. And as you mentioned, Omarion Hampton had an incredible weekend.
Yeah, man. Take a look one last time here. I mean, we're we still believe in Ashton Jeanty and what he does. I just love the size. I just feel a little more confident in the durability. I just don't think he's a second rounder anymore, to be honest. If Najee Harris got drafted in the first round, I think Omarion Hampton's going in the first round.
Well,
so go ahead.
I had to flip some of my rankings, and they were only in the groups that are tight together, like the defensive line group and the running back group and the wide receiver group. A lot of those, there were big clumps in those groups, and I think I finally was able to break some ties. And I hate to say one of the losers here, which is tough to say. These guys aren't losers coming out of college, but Caleb Johnson has slid the past 2-3 weeks. And he didn't have a combine that made him, go back to where he was about a month ago. About a month ago, I decided he was my number 2 running back because I liked Omarion Hampton a lot, but I liked Caleb Johnson's tape better. And looking at what we see here, Caleb Johnson didn't do himself a lot of favors. With his 40 time, not to say it was overly bad or anything, but there were easily 10, 15 guys ahead of him, including Omarion Hampton. That's troubling to me because I was trying to go to bat for Caleb for a while here. But like you mentioned, we're going to do a few different drafts. We don't have to go too far into these guys. I want
Yeah.
to start this first one with go ahead and take in Genty. Let's stick with where we are, evaluating him as the best runner in his class, as a true blue chip prospect. And we're going to have some fun with this draft. Maybe with some of this new combine numbers on the second go around, but you still can't deny the 2,600-yard season. An incredible prospect to come into a running system, which Schottenheimer's trying to make for the Cowboys. Let's go with Genty off the rip here.
We're locking in the pick, and Ashton Genty's off the board. So we're back in the second round here. This is where I want to see how fast is the mock draft simulator updated. Okay, so Mari Hampton's not there, so that's good. I mean, he hasn't really been
But
going there
look,
for a
man,
while.
Quinshon and Sampson are
Judkins,
ahead of Caleb Johnson.
yeah, and Judkins had himself a really nice day as well.
He did.
So it's one of those things where
where did
we might
Hampton
be able
go?
to wait. Judkins looked like he had a 4.48, and we'll take a look back at the mock draft simulator here, and it looks like
Where did Hampton
went in. Let me know if you
Vikings,
see it.
I think I saw it to the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Pick 24. Marion Hampton goes to the Vikings. So that's only 12 picks behind Ashton Genty. That's he's locked in. I mean, there's a ton of RB needy teams in theory. You know, sometimes they just know that they can get them later, so it's not the number one need. But even before our pick 44, you've got multiple teams that could use a running back in the future there. Bears actually have, 2 picks, of course, and they need one. So yeah, a lot of people could snipe us, but there's still guys here for now. I'm feeling like Judkins is moving up, man, after that performance.
Yeah, if you watch my guy Kavanaugh YouTube channel, Jeff Kavanaugh, he talks about trusting the tape. You trust the tape and look back. Does that mean you even get better value of waiting for Caleb Johnson maybe now in the third round? So there are a few angles you can look at this, the results of the past weekend, because number one, you can say, now I want to pay attention to this guy more. Or number two, you can say, now everyone else won't pay attention to the guy that I really want. So it's like, which way do you view it? And is that beneficial to your team's roster makeup as a whole? Could have a real benefit waiting if a guy like Caleb Johnson is there in the third round. Cowboys don't have a fourth rounder, so that's where we're going to kind of put the cutoff there. But first of all, makes sense. These guys are moving around right now. It's still the lying season right now. The free agency hasn't really popped off yet. So we'll see how that goes. But now we got to evaluate what we're going to take at number 2 here.
All right, let's focus. Let's wake up. And this is going to be important. I mean, let's talk about the position of need. And I think first we can take a look quickly at, all right, who's going to be available. I want to just quickly look at the wide receiver position. This, we don't have to go based off PFF's need list here, but that is who they've got for us. And we know that we've got a need at the wide receiver position. And lastly, I just wanted to show the other guys 40 times.
It's incredible.
Was the top guy with 4.32. And we got Trayvon Henderson at 4.43, who's still available at that spot. So there's a lot of speed. And quickly, sorry, just to flash one other guy that's already gone, Matthew Golden. That was the other question that we might come back in the next draft and take a look at. But he's a guy who I bet he'll start rising up here. Ravens took him in this mock draft at pick 27. So he's a locked in first rounder, I think, at this point. Anyone that's running that bash will definitely get it 4-9. So yeah, we'll focus on what can we actually get here. Take the running backs out of the way. I'm not thinking that necessarily there's another wide receiver that I would love to take here. However, Trey Harris was a guy that we were on 4.5, not blazing fast, but not slow either. He's got some size to him. Any of these other guys stand out to you? I've got a couple other RAS metrics here as well. I think I have Jaden Higgins listed. I'm just going to click this one. See, nope, this is Tesla. So Jaden Higgins here, if you take a look, he's a guy who he ran a 4.47, 39-inch vertical, 10 8-inch broad, and then he's a 6'4". So he's got the size, 214 pounds. I mean, this is the 46th best RAS score out of 3,408 players since 1987. So
it's pretty legit. And when you talk about his size and the way he can move, in my opinion, you know what? Let's take the Cowboys at their opinion. I believe the Cowboys brought him in as a interview at the combine. So the Cowboys are doing their due diligence as well. Everyone around the league is kind of sorting these guys out, and some people underestimate the actual thought and like approach that goes into all these front offices. These guys are doing their work all year long, and then you get to an opportunity now where you can actually talk to them and in a way that's sanctioned by the NFL, right? And
Yeah.
so, I mean, 6'4" with a RAS score like that. Who are we comping this guy to? Justin Jefferson or something? I don't even know what this equates to, but the guy did himself a real favor this weekend. Might have made himself $1 million by doing this,
Yeah,
separating
absolutely.
himself from day 3 to day 2.
Yeah, I had never been considering him at this spot, but his ADP was always, just about 16 picks later. We're at 44, ADP 60, so not too much of a reach. But I think after this, you have to wonder. You still have to think who's going to be there in the third round. So we still would have at pick 76 some of these other guys. I think Tez Johnson was the biggest dropper of all time. I might think he's in the third
Yeah, that's
percentile of
unfortunate, man.
athleticism. Only 158 pounds, but did not run a fast 40 time at all. So, at that size, it's a guy who I was taking before. I think he's completely moved down, or maybe a couple rounds. I don't know. His former teammate Troy Franklin last year, he was a guy who went later in drafts than we thought. I think in the 4th round range. Day 3 guy. So it's one of those things where definitely he was getting a ton of separation, but on top of needing him to stay healthy, it's like we don't even know how fast he really is to get away from guys at the NFL level.
Yeah,
So
man.
pretty
I,
tough.
I don't. This makes me take 2 clear steps back from Tez Johnson because, especially as the Cowboys, you've already got yourself a Pro Bowl returner and a second-team All-Pro kind of guy, and Turpin. So, do you really want to replace Turpin with Tez and burn a draft pick that will probably be a top? I bet someone will take him before round 4. I'm not sure, but man, this guy is. If you go to the combine of big dudes, this guy got last place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's just unfortunate, man.
All right, so I put it back on best players available, and
I think I know where I'm going right off the bat here.
all right,
You got Tyler Booker here, and if you invest in Genty in the first round, you might as well pair that with Booker here and take probably the best guard in the draft and take him and let your offense grow like that because you've already got a passing attack that's pretty potent when Dak is healthy. When Dak's healthy in 2023, he proved to be a second place MVP voter, which maybe that was his best season ever. But if you talk about a guy that will only get better with a run game and blockers up front, I think you have to take a guy like Tyler Booker.
yeah, that's been our plan in a lot of these drafts. We either go trenches first, then running back, or we go running back and trenches. And I think the only thing that's changed is I'm more likely to trade back and still get a running back in the first round, whereas before I was kind of looking at other positions if I traded back. But the plan is still the same: get trenches, get a run game, and we take some of that pressure off of Dak, let him recover a little bit. He's going to be fine coming into week 1, but this formula that we have been doing, it hasn't resulted in championships. I know we've had some seasons as a top offense, but we're multiple coaching staffs away from that at this point. So offensive coordinators and all those things. So at this point, I like that. I like the identity that we're building, going run heavy. And we got to ask, do we focus on defense at all here? Only because I spent so much time on wide receiver, I'm just going to flip it up one last time. I wasn't necessarily impressed by a lot of these guys other than just my previous evaluation on Trey Harris. So he's still there. That's the guy I'm interested in. But other than that, I'm probably taking a step back. I didn't love Noel's performance necessarily, or a lot of these guys. Isaiah Bond did end up still running a decently fast 40 in I think maybe 4.39 or something like that. So we still think he's fast. I just don't love the hands or consistency.
Yeah, I agree, but I think what you see here is that there's still some elite traits on the board. There's no more elite prospects on the board here, but you look at a guy like Savion Williams who can be a multifaceted, attacker in your offense out of the backfield in jet sweeps or just going out and running routes. That's a guy that has, I think, maybe the most value of what you see here, but you think about Trey Harris, I don't think he hurt his stock in the combine. I think some other players may have elevated their stock relative to him, but I think you're still getting the same guy. Hey, Ty Felton is another guy. I know that Alex, you talked about him a bit. He ran a hella fast 40 time. But I still see my guy. If Trey Harris is there,
yeah,
I don't know that I could take him right here because you also have some needs on the line. I might look at D-line. Let's look at D-line.
Let's take a look.
At edge and interior D line and see.
Savion ran a 4.48 for what it's worth. Okay, so here we go. And Jalen Knowles, he was still kind of fast, pretty fast. All right, so we've got Terrence Ferguson. He definitely rose his stock. He was the best athletic tight end of the day. I think we're going to pass here, though. No way I'm taking
Yeah,
tight end at this spot.
I think defensive edge or interior, and Farmer I know is a big old boy, and I think you have to consider taking a big dude like this, 6'3", 318, plays right in the middle of the line. Now, rumors are they're going to sign Osa, and he's going to get a nice deal,
Yeah.
about $20 million a year for 4 years. But
Well,
you're also losing some other guys.
Yeah, but I'm fine with any of these guys on the D line. Let's keep thinking about the fact that the Commanders, they just did a trade for Deebo Samuel. This isn't just a wide receiver. This is like a running back type wide receiver. Yeah, he was getting up there. He's on the second team now. I'm not going to just sleep on the guy. Not year one on this team where you still have to worry about Jaden Daniels. So I'm not going to buy into the fat Debo rumors or all that stuff. Like I'm gonna treat him with some respect. And
he's on a Doncic, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like we'll see what happens week one when he's lighting people up. So,
I say we go Josiah Stewart, get a guy to solidify the edge. You might be losing to Marcus Lawrence. I think that is it makes the most sense when you look at it that way.
Yeah, that's where I'm going because they're going to be probably get a running back as well. I would think the Commanders, and I wasn't even going to stop there because the Eagles, we got to worry about them either with Barkley bouncing it outside. Hurts can move a little bit. With them, it's kind of the tush push.
Look at that run defense grade. Incredible.
Pull that back up. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, so let's lock the pick in.
Stop some
of this running game. We got two mobile quarterbacks that we got to worry about. And who knows who the Giants get in this draft?
And this is the big drop off, right? We don't get to pick for a long time here, and let's see. This is also a shakeup of PFF's grades. I'm sure they've done some editing.
Yeah. Look at that.
Let's see what ends up happening. What? Right. How does that even happen?
Niners get a Niner.
I've never seen that before, dude. All right.
Well, the Dolphins had it a couple of years back, tanking for Tua.
But is that legit? I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, it's on here. So all right, that's good for us. This is really pick.
Sorry, Niners.
It is pick 50. It would have been pick 51. So looks like the Falcons did the same thing. I think that was for talking to Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins admitted it. So I remember that one.
That's funny.
And what a waste. Anyway, so we've got on the board some backup quarterback options. Remember, guys, this is pick 150. So
I got a different direction for us here.
Round 5. What are you thinking?
I'm not going with the quarterback here because I think at least one of those guys will be left in the. We have several picks coming up here.
Yeah.
We need a corner. We just had some incredibly depressing news, if you look at it that way, that Trayvon Diggs' time maybe shorter. We might be losing Trayvon Diggs as far as the cut goes, or maybe a trade for a cheap draft pick. Now, one guy I do like is Quincy Riley, though. So if you look at Quincy Riley, his measurables came in favorably. Does he have the best grades out there? No. But this is a guy who's actually a prospect, and in this range, you might want to lock up a guy like this if you're losing Trayvon Diggs. It was different before because we said, yeah, we kind of need a corner still. Maybe we get J. Lou, we're fine. But if we get J. Lou but lose Trayvon Diggs, you need another guy to throw out there. Caleb Carson's just did not show up enough. My first instinct, because of that news today, is to be proactive and take a Quincy Riley. I have been hearing a lot about him being a good prospect. I haven't watched his film, though, but that's who I would take.
Yeah, we're going for it. I like with a quick recap. I like going offense with the first 2 picks, defense with the second 2 picks. We've got Ashton Jeanty, Tyler Booker, Alabama guard. We got Josiah Stewart, the edge from Michigan. They've got a ton of players coming now. Quincy Riley, cornerback, Louisville. So we're still in the 5th round. We're having fun because we got
some players available here.
4 picks here in this round. So we're going to go back to skip to back.
Yeah. So here's where I think, okay, in these 3 picks, you got to have like a plan. And in my opinion, you can still wait on quarterback because I would love to take Ewers with my 174 pick. So I'm hoping nobody gets quarterback hungry between the Bills and the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
And so maybe we save him there. And I love taking either Stutzman or Simon. You got any preference over these linebackers? Stutzman has been rising, and Simon has kind of been static for the past couple of weeks. So what do you think of these 2 guys?
So
doesn't really reflect that. That's what.
Yeah, no, but I know what you mean in the mock drafts and stuff like that. Some of the other ones, this ranking is based on something else. So I was liking Simon. I like the grade, and I liked.
Look at those grades.
That's on a championship team. The coaching can sometimes be a little bit better, so they might be a little bit more NFL ready. You have to really earn that rep. if you're on this type of team where they're paying top dollar for guys. So when it's close to the tiebreak in the 5th round, I'm looking at this. We're looking at strength as well. Who we think can, knock some guys out. We'll have to look into
Also,
these
what does
guys for
receiver look
technique as
like?
well.
I'm sure there's
This
nobody
is
left,
that's a good
but
point. I could see the Bills taking receiver as well, but I would say Simon would be my pick just because I also could see the Bills going linebacker. That's one of their needs, but it's both of their needs. I was going to save it, but Isaac Tesla is a guy that I was hoping might still be here late,
ooh,
and he
there's
is.
Ty.
Because check this out at the combine here. Tesla, he has the 11th best RAS score out of 3,441 wide receivers dating back to
Damn,
1987, and he's 6'3.5", 214 pounds, had a 39.5-inch vertical. The broad jumps 10 and 9
damn.
inches, and in the 40-yard dash 4.43, and really good shuttle and 3-cone times. I would say
I think you
he's going to
justified
be
taking
there.
this guy here, man, because if you,
Okay,
I
I think
mean,
he'll
he's
slide because just based on
well, you're
uh,
right.
like I'll take the linebacker, and then I say the 172 we go Tesla,
Okay,
and
okay,
then we can just see. Hey, let's get Quinn Ewers after that.
it's a great plan.
All right, so we'll lock in all of those picks. Now we're going Cody Simon, and then Stutzman went. Hey, see, we went linebacker for. Oh my bad. Let me pull
But
this
we got
off.
Cody Simon though.
One
We can
second.
go
One
right.
second. Check this out. So I took Cody Simon, and then right after that, the guy we were debating between Stutzman went, which means I think Cody would have gone because they were probably going to go linebacker no matter what.
Yeah,
They
good
just
call.
they just re-signed Khalil Shakir, so maybe the wide receiver need isn't as heavy as it used to be. So we're going to go Isaac Tesla here. I think these are going to change up a lot. So don't worry about what you've seen here. Jimmy Horn, I think he had a decent day. Looked pretty rocked up too at the combine. But we're going to go Isaac
Yeah, here
Tesla.
you take the guy you want here because you take the tools that you want. You take a few elite traits here because LeJonte Walker had a decent combine. So some of these other guys did okay, but like, oh, look, see, we're right in the mix. We know what's up. We've been doing this too long, Alex. We know what's up.
Quinn Ewers gets sniped, so we probably should have just
Go back to your picks. I want to see our rundown again, real quick.
All right, so we've got Ashton Jeanty, Tyler Booker, Josiah Stewart, Quincy Riley, Cody Simon, Isaac Tesla. We get sniped on Quinn Ewers.
See what we got. We got any big fat defensive lineman left? Interior guy.
Yeah,
It does look.
let's take a look.
It does look like we're probably re-signing Osa, but that doesn't.
But
mean
I
we don't
remember
need
Jerry
another guy.
Jones saying we're definitely getting a quarterback in the draft.
Okay.
Remember, like he said that like in the past week, or maybe it was Stephen Jones. Ewers would have been perfect there, but Seahawks kind of makes sense. It's like, is Geno really the future there? Like we knew the Bills weren't taking him,
especially the 5th or down that far.
Yeah.
Now here I don't have any confidence in these guys. Do you like anybody here?
Let's see. Tonka, I like him. Let's see. I was hoping to be a little bit bigger.
What's big boy up top?
Let's trust the. I was like, let's see what is Alabama doing. 6'4", 314 for Tim Smith. Tim Smith sounds like a guy who knows the fundamentals.
I think we could take a Tim Smith.
Yeah, so we're gonna backdoor into probably a good pick, because maybe Ewers never plays if Dak's.
That's true.
But, man, so here I
do
expect the Cowboys to take some.
I like Brady Cook.
Okay, let's lock it in. Tyler Shaw, he had an okay combine. I think Dart was really the best guy there, though.
Cook had a good combine too. From what I heard, someone breaking him down and kind of championed his progress throughout his college career. I think he could be a really good prospect. So I'm in on Cook.
Yeah, 6'2", so we don't have to worry about any height issues. Brady Cook, welcome to the Dallas Cowboys, and we're back on the clock at pick 211.
Just take a position we haven't taken. I'm not sure on these guys. This is pretty late.
Right, yeah, we've taken Elijah Clark before. I'll go ahead and flash it up here for you guys, and then we'll go ahead and lock it in. Boom. And with the final pick, 249, our Mr. Relevant, we're going to go ahead and I think this is where we look at the picks one more time.
Oh, it's our Jalen Walker.
Yeah, I was just about to say, no, we took one already. Just double check the tight end spot.
Another running back, maybe, if there's anybody notable left.
Yeah, we'll take Raheem Sanders. I mean, Edwards had a good 40 time. I might prefer Sanders.
Take either one. Oh man.
Donovan Edwards, I mean, he won a title right at the very bottom of 4.44. Where was
In
Sanders
this
at?
range, that's the type of I
Sanders
thought I saw him.
4.46. So let's just go Edwards since we know he's been in a really good program that was run first.
Sure.
All right,
Lock
here
it
we
in.
go. I know he's got pass
He-
catching skill set. He basically helped put the team on their back for their title game 2 years ago.
Man, I gotta say, it's not fun drafting the rest of the team after taking a running back in the first. It's so difficult
Yeah.
to come away with. I mean, you don't come away with these big prospects that are at these big time positions that are maybe more impactful than your running back, right? It's very. I mean, Ashton Jeanty is a great prospect, and then taking Booker after that, you kind of lock in a great 1-2 punch there. But you're losing out on a lot of depth at your front seven because there's a lot of good edge players and defensive tackles if you're looking in the second and third round. Just it's very difficult to do because you need trenches on both sides here.
Yeah, well, that is our first mock. Let's try with this next one a trade back. So let's
You
go
want to
ahead.
move out? You got your running back times.
Thank you. All right, so guys, this is our running backs or our draft here, just so you can get a quick look. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next mock draft. So let's try a trade back here.
Yeah. See if we can get down between 20 and 24, and see if we can. Yeah, that's my goal here. Oh, someone took Jeanty, so
Perfect.
Jeanty's gone. I think everybody that's visible on the screen is worth a first round pick in this scenario where you've already lost all
we'll
your.
look at our target first. Luther Burden had a really fast gauntlet drill, running it at a 4.42 while running the gauntlet drill, catching the passes.
He looked good doing that. That's good for him.
Some might say Tyler Warren. This is a fall for him. Good tight end prospect. Didn't test, but
Someone could trade up for Tyler Warren here for sure, or Will Johnson.
Absolutely. I think this is potential for getting a haul on it, or a mini haul relative for pick 12.
Getting two picks in the top. Yeah, 2 picks in the top. Yeah, top.
So let's find a target. That's what I like to do. I'd say maybe Matthew Golden or Marion Hampton.
Dude, anybody on the screen still, to be honest. Maybe not Michael. I'm not a big Michael fan, but
I think Shamar had a good combine, if I remember correct.
Yes, any of these guys that are on the screen.
Okay, so
Jalen Walker included.
I would say, yeah. Then that means we can trade back. 27, I believe, is the Ravens. We can trade as long as it's not the Commanders. I think we don't trade back beyond 29 or 229. So like 28 and up.
Yeah.
And maybe we get a haul there. So let's take a look at what we can get. We've got 8 offers. We're going to stick with these offers instead of making some up. And let's see pushing it here at the Lions. We'll start at the 28. Let's see what they might want to do. So with these guys, we give them pick 12. We get 28, of course. They have some draft problems too. Look like they kind of sold the farm. So we were a minimum getting 60 here. And I might this kind of a trade. I might just want a second round. What's that?
No, keep the 101 and then maybe send them 150.
I was saying give me a second round in 2026, but because that's a huge trade back. So yeah, we'll give them one of those later picks. Sure. See if they'll do it. 170 maybe. Yeah. All right, so they accepted the trade.
Oh, snap.
So we go from 12 to 28, guys. This is
scary, the extreme. This is the extreme version because also these picks are lower in the round, later in the round than maybe you might want. But we got a bunch of them. We got 3 of them.
We got 3. We end up gaining 2 picks in this year and 1 additional pick in next year. Or whatever. So let's roll into it. We roll through pick 28. Ooh. Matthew Golden sitting there and Amari
and Hampton.
Both of the guys we wanted, and I feel way more comfortable drafting these guys here than at pick 12, where we've seen both of these 2 players mocked by, I think, Mel Kiper, as most recently took Amari Hampton at pick 12. So, you're just saying you're kind of nervous about taking a running back in the first round with how it shakes out the rest of the way. So, what are you thinking now that we have the extra picks? And we'll take a look here. We have 2 second rounders. I'd say wait on the running back.
I totally agree, and I think, man, I've been talking about Golden. We know we've been watching Golden. Rewind this podcast a few weeks if you want to see some. The last time we did a full NFL mock, I had to pause the mock and tell everybody, listen, I think this guy could be the best wide receiver when it's all said and done 10 years from now. I think he's got the clutch gene. He's got the measurables. He showed he can show up in tough situations at Texas. He fell right to us, my friend. Let's take Matthew Golden.
Okay, we'll go ahead and lock it up. Matthew Golden coming in at the official measurements was 5'11", 191 at the combine yesterday. So these aren't updated quite yet, but we're going to lock in the pick. We got Matthew Golden, back-to-back Texas guys go off the board between us and the Ravens, who took Kelvin Banks Jr. I guess the trenches argument could have been made there, but it doesn't matter now because we got Matthew Golden staying in Texas to the Dallas Cowboys. We got a good compliment to CeeDee Lamb, who could stretch the field running a 4.29. I think that's a great pairing
Incredible.
because he also has the ability to be consistent with the hands and actually be someone that we go to, whether CD goes down and he needs to step up to be that number one. I think he can do that as well, Matthew Golden. So, yeah, I like the pick there. I love the trade back. We're still with our original 44th pick here, but we still have the 60th pick and 16 picks away. So keep that in mind. Let's first take a look at BPA. We took Tyler Booker at this spot last time. The mock draft was actually saying the better value was Princely U. Siobhan Ravel is a good player. I finally got a chance to look at. A lot of options here. I'm gonna take
I think
look
one of
at
those
the
first
RB
four.
situation. Yeah, go ahead.
I think one of those first four names at the and I think we're gonna relegate ourselves to maybe 76 for running back here.
Yeah.
Or later. I can't remember the other pick that we got, but Ravel or Princely U or Shamar Turner look like really good options here. I think we probably go trenches, although Ravel, he did have a little bit of injury concern, so I think he's a great prospect, and we need a corner, but we need a starter for sure immediately at out in the trenches. So you want to go with that one? Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's go Princely U.
Yeah.
We're trying to get an A grade here. I'm not messing around. You can't help it if you have this many picks at this point. So we've got Alfred Collins, BPA, some Miami players back to back. We've got some Tennessee players in this range back to back. And you were saying maybe the next pick we go running back. So we might not even have to talk about that. And guys, we keep talking about it because it's just a glaring need.
I think we're good all the way through Giddens and Blue there.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's wait on the running back in this spot.
Yeah.
See what happens at pick 76. So
Collins seems like the best pick here.
Yeah.
For what the Cowboys yeah, we can do. Cowboys need a guy like this.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, I think this could help really shore up the run game on the inside and outside. And let's just be honest, not everybody's going to hit. And I'm saying that about the past tense teams as well. So it's not like we have a perfect squad up front. So let's keep throwing stuff at it that could be potentially huge values. And for me, I'm excited to see Trevion Henderson here.
Yeah.
I think between him and really that's actually my pick.
I'm in. Do it, dude. You can't get me off of Henderson. If it's our time to take it back and Henderson is there, he's the pick.
Yeah. All right. So that means we've now got our running back situated, and we're going to go pick 101. So this is a pick that we traded for with Detroit. This is getting us back into the end of the third round. So technically, we still don't have a fourth, but
Makuba's there.
So let's. Ooh, yeah.
Oh whoa! Tate Rutledge. I gotta processize Tate Rutledge here. Tate Rutledge has the same exact physicality and monsterness to his game that Tyler Booker does, but let's say 90%. So that's the type of difference we're looking here. It's 2-3 rounds of difference of where this guy's going. I think Tate Rutledge, and he's a national champion. He's a great player. I think he has 2 titles with Georgia. I want Tate Rutledge. And guess what? Guess what position he played? Right guard. So let's take Tate Rutledge. Take him for Zach Martin.
Forget, I think that's a great fit. We're losing a key guy on the
Hall
line.
of Famer.
So we've got Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Princely U, Alfred Collins, Trevion Henderson, Tate Rutledge.
We're
back in the clock.
Smart draft written all over it so far. I think it looks really good. Oh, shit. Is Quinn Ewers our guy here?
Well, we can still play it the way we did before, see if he makes it to the next pick. Dolphins, maybe they go that route, maybe the Colts, but not the Falcons.
Okay,
I doubt the Cardinals or in the Bengals. The Giants should have already figured that out in the first round. Otherwise, oops. So
who do we got?
All of these teams have quarterbacks down here, all of them.
Where's our next pick though? Our next pick's not for another till
172.
170.
172. So it's
Okay.
22 picks
Okay.
away.
All right. Why don't you
Yours
drive
has
this
been
pick
hanging
and
around.
see who, because corner, you got Kobe King, you got Nate Nash,
Yeah.
McCaughlin's decent
I'm
interior player.
still build this team to try to win in 2025. I've seen this team be close. We're going to be paying Michael Parsons and some other guys, so we're going to be in a very strong window competing with some of the highest paid players at both sides of the ball in the NFL. This has to be get guys that we think might be able to make a contribution. Quinn Ewers has 0% chance to do that. I think
Yeah,
he
for
couldn't win
sure.
the Texas the national title. I don't think he's going to step in for an injured Dak and win us the Super Bowl.
Great point.
Okay, so yeah, and I love Rashard Smith. I hate that he's just sitting there knowing that we don't need to take a running back. We could, in theory, do a 1-2 punch situation. I just don't want to
It
do
doesn't
it.
make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. So Quincy Riley again. I think we lock in the pick and
Yeah.
don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. Yeah.
Because we still have that same cornerback need. Here we go. So now we're called it. Quinn Ewers is still
Just
here.
take him now because we know it's going to happen.
Yeah, because
Seattle's going to
Seahawks
take him.
won. Freaking. Yeah, all right, we'll take
I
him
think
this
it's well
time.
worth it. And then maybe we get Stutzman. Did we get Stutzman?
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
let's go. All right.
This just worked out, man.
Best draft ever. That's what we titled the last video, but
I know, right?
Brady Cook's here, but we don't need him this time.
Maybe here we can go with
Gordon James.
Gordon James. I think he's a good running back too. Jake Majors would be good.
Majors we like.
Yeah, I would think there's still good players left to be drafted, right?
Yeah, and it's like I know I can get Tesla later. I just want to make a point of showing them. So like if we go receiver, I'd rather just wait on another guy.
Yeah, there's good receivers left.
Jake Majors.
Jackson Slater, I've heard good things about, but he's a guard. What about what are we taking again? Let's just take a quick peek.
Yeah, we've got wide receiver, edge, interior. We got our running back out of guard, cornerback, quarterback, linebacker. This draft is crushing right now.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I wouldn't mind going another lineman there.
Yeah.
Take Jake Majors. Make
Let's
sure
do
that
it.
we've got that
This is the
completely
UT
short
draft, dude.
We have the a guard, a center, and then on defense we got an edge, an interior there, and we still have 2 more picks. So
Luke Lacey, I mean, don't short me my Lacey.
Yeah, we can take him here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll take him this time. Guys, Ferguson's time is almost up, and Cowboys don't really sign guys, and it's a guy who I think has some talent. I like
it's so hard
as well. I want to quickly pull up the tight ends here. Gatson, I don't think he tested in the 40, but so yeah, let's go Lachey here.
We've seen the tape. We know he got a few things he can do.
Yeah. All right.
And he's shown more offensive tape than Schoonmaker ever did.
Yeah. Yeah. By the time like we'll know that Schoonmaker he's going to start for probably 1 or 2 seasons, and then it will just cycle on to the next guy. That'll be Lachey's turn at that point, and we'll go Hancock, just because Ohio State champion.
Yeah.
Get a little safety action there, and we check out the grades. Got to be an A this time, right?
Got to be.
Boom.
Boom.
Hey,
that's a hell of a draft, dude. That's
many
a lot
picks.
of players.
So we trade back from 12 to 28 with the Detroit Lions. We just give up pick 170 as well, and that's us pick 60, 101, and a round 2 pick for next year. So that's regardless of what they do, let's say they get 28 again, they're in the final 4 or 6. We'll see, and we'll take that because this year our second round pick that we got from them let's see. I need to go to the full one here. The full results here. We in the second round with that pick. So we got Princely and then Alfred Collins. So if there's another guy of that caliber, like maybe it's a receiver next year, maybe it's a running back. We can, if we don't end up taking one this year, like that's a decent
or a big linebacker if the linebacker class is better.
So you can do so much with that type of pick.
I think we addressed like almost everything. That was a great draft, and it's by trading back. It is so difficult to take Ashton and not trade back. like he's a great player, but is he worth 2 of these top 4 players?
Right.
I don't think so, dude.
I don't think so because the only thing is that in reality, we know the identity is run game, but we were able to address it because there's still a different way you could go. There were linemen available in that pick 28 range. So let's say Matthew Golden's gone, which I think he would be. Okay, maybe Kelvin Banks falls, maybe he doesn't. Okay, but still, Josh Carnerly, that's a
Is
good tackle.
able
Yes, exactly. Any of those guys fall, you can address trenches in the first, then get
Simmons,
your running
yeah.
back still later. So even if you don't agree with waiting till round 3 to get your guard, I think there's still other combinations where we could have got one with 28 and maybe 44. Um, so there's a lot of different combinations there. There's just guys here who fell to us that we thought were just BPA. So yeah, I'm good with this. And how you feeling? You think we can knock out another one?
Yeah. We're gonna have to go. We just go a different player than Genty here. Well, no trade, and just see if maybe it'd be nice if we can generate one where Genty's not there. We take someone else, but
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Let's see. So we go ahead and start this thing. So we were thinking about picking and
Okay.
sticking and picking. Jinty's gone. He goes to the Bears at pick 10. And again, Tyler Warren is here, so he's slipping. We saw James Pierce Jr. He was the first winner, I think, of the combine. He was in one of the earlier groups, ran really well. I believe a 4.5 40 for him. We saw that on tape. That was one of the first evaluations we did, and really good player. I like him. I think we drafted him once at this range, but after that, we just saw so many mocks where he was falling. We kind of went away from it. But there's still just so much tackle, so much talent.
Yeah,
And I
dude.
was looking at a tackle, and I was like, maybe I want to go
I
Josh
want
Simmons.
Simmons or Banks here,
See?
but man, how this is a great pocket of players, right? So you
Yeah,
got
it's
the
a
2
must
Michigan
trade back
Cats.
situation. Come on,
It
Cowboys.
really is, right?
I
But
mean,
let's not do it, right?
yeah,
Let's decide we fall in love with someone. To be honest, if I fall in love with someone, it might be Tyler Warren.
yeah.
But I'm not feeling that here. I like that he's there. He's going to be in the top 15. He's going to get taken, but I think our needs are either one of these Michigan Cats or Josh Simmons, maybe even Kelvin Banks. I mean, anybody in that top like that I can see on the screen right now is worth it to me. What do you feel strongly about?
I think Kenneth Grant is nice. I like him.
I do too. I like him a lot. I think he would solidify our interior defense along with Osa. Imagine him and Osa every first and second down. It's a
Yeah,
pretty
and I always try to
stout.
see how it plays out. If you avoid the tackles early, there's not so many later. What do
There's
you think?
guards later. There's a guard or two later we can take,
Yeah,
but tackles get
Walter
real.
Nolan won't be there. Harmon will be gone. Alexander may fall, but yeah,
Shamar Turner,
it would be
Alfred
a big switch up
Collins.
if we did go that route. And I'm fine with passing on Warren only because for him, it's like as much as people want to say that the Titans are going to help the run game. In reality, I just don't know, man. I think
No. What I think is you're going to put the ball in Tyler Warren's hands after a three step drop because your O line is breaking down because we didn't take a lineman. I'd rather put it in CD's hands on a 3-step drop than a Tyler Warren's hands. So what you're going to get out of a Tyler Warren isn't going to help you as much as what you already have, where a 3-step drop, you hot route CD Lamb to go on a slant or something, and you get it to him. I just think the way the line is constructed, if it's going to be breaking down and you're not going to address it early, I don't think Tyler Warren's going to help you there. He's going to be a pass catcher.
yeah,
And so therefore, I'm in on a Kenneth Grant or Walter Nolan here, and
yeah,
building
that's
from
where I'm
there.
looking. I'm
Yeah.
looking at one of those two. I want to go. I think let's do Walter Nolan this time.
Okay. He's fast. He's nasty fast, and he's got skills. He is absolutely worthy of a top 15 pick, in my opinion.
Absolutely. So we've locked it in, and now, guys, we're into the second round.
This
So
this is our
let's,
trenches draft, dude. You know it is. I'm already on Tyler Booker here.
yeah, let's do it.
You do it the other way around
So
here, right?
we get it. We get both of those addressed
That's
on
huge.
kind of the interior there, and then we're in the third round. This is our final pick before we have that fourth round gap. So we got to
Yeah.
make it count. So we got line addressed on both ends of the ball.
I want to look at receiver and running back here, and just see who we can get. Who's our best grab right now? What do our running backs look like?
Devin Neal would be great. Yeah, I say let's do the running back here.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to wait for.
You
Yeah,
have to pick your poison at the spot. You can't really get both. I think in this draft, I think late we'll just. I think we go Tesla. We try to remember to take him. So for me, Devin Neal, although his numbers weren't explosive or anything, I still like the player a lot. Jaden Blue, he ran a 4.39. DJ Giddens, he was running pretty fast. Let me see if I can pull that back up.
man. I may be. Is this our third pick?
Yeah, DJ Giddens 4.43. Yeah, this is our third pick.
This is tough, dude.
Pulling the picks back up. We got Walter
Because
Nolan,
you still
Tyler
got Trey
Booker.
Harris. I'm thinking of either of these guys or Trey Harris. That's what I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah, I would rather probably Devin Neal the most here. Of the running backs, him because I just believe in the player and I like the smooth pass catching ability. DJ Giddens, I don't want to just buy, like I haven't watched him as much as I have Devin Neal. I just don't want to fall in love because he had a good combine. But I think any of these running backs should be fine back here. So it's one of those things where we can wait, see who's there at 150, and just take Damian Martinez has some really good production. Brashard Smith is good. So let's go with Trey Harris.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and just do the fully fleshed out wait on running back strategy here.
Boom, Trey Harris, and I will flip that up.
That's my guy. That's
really good PFF grades. Highest yards per out run at 5.12 in this past season. Somehow we got him in here at the buzzer beater. And we're at pick 150 now. So Walter Nolan, Tyler Booker, Trey Harris on the squad. And we're back on the clock. Let's go ahead and see who we might want to take. We know the strategy is wait on Quinn Ewers now. So we'll continue to do that. And we were looking at running backs. We'll see who fell. Not as great as I would have loved. Now, Bayshaw Tootin, he had the highest 40 time in the combine this past week at a 4.32. So this is a guy who's a riser. I'm willing to. We don't even have to take him with this pick, but let's get him at 170. Let's pass on running back here. We'll go Tootin in the next pick, and then let's see. I think you go Quincy Riley again. Just go 3 for 3 or Kobe King. Switch it up. Hey, are you on mute? And let's see.
Yeah, I was saying the 40-yard dash times are up.
Okay, yeah. So Kobe King or Quincy Riley.
We've done Quincy Riley. Let's go Kobe King.
All right, so
that defense up.
I think we're gonna do pretty well here. Stutzman's still available, but we just took a linebacker. Same with Cody Simon. So
now we take the running back that we want, right?
Yeah, we go Bayshaw Tootin.
I think
he would probably be gone. Once you get into the 5th round, like that's where teams they're like, all right, let's get best running back available.
And then look at that. Maybe take Emory Jones. He keeps dropping as a tackle, and I think we didn't take a tackle, right? We took a guard, or who did we take?
Right. Yeah, we took Tyler Booker.
Let's take Emory Jones.
Boom.
I think that might boost the value of Tootin too, right?
Oh, definitely. So bring them in together. Seahawks go quarterback again, but this time they go Kyle McCord because someone sniped on Ewers. And
you could take another linebacker here, or you could try to take a secondary guy. If there's anybody notable here, there may not be. Jack Nelson at tackle. I mean, he already took a tackle. Never mind.
And let's also ask: should we double tap at running back in this spot?
We did, right? Didn't we? Didn't we do that already, or no?
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh, Tootin was our first running back. Okay, maybe maybe take another one because we got 3 picks here.
It's the deep class. One of them can pan out like the Green Bay Packers when they drafted Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams was their first pick, and Aaron Jones was like their 5th rounder. And you know how that story panned out. Jordan James is good.
I've heard a lot about Jordan James.
Yeah, I'm willing to go Jordan James in this one. Let's lock that in. And then I think at this pick I look for Tesla. He's there. He'll be there for the next pick also. So I'll wait on him.
Maybe another defensive lineman or a wide receiver, maybe.
Yeah.
Or you already said Tesla. My bad.
I was looking at Tesla. So
now we could go like we double tapped running back.
Cornerback. Just take a shot on Jalen Smith.
Or a tight end.
Let's go
Yeah,
John Williams. No, we took Emory Jones. So we'll go look at
that's
the tight
funny.
end.
Just taking a defensive lineman first has us not quite sure what to do here at the back end of the draft, which I think is good because we're not like desperate right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these are kind of all bonus picks for us at this
Yeah,
point. So let's go Arnold here.
sure.
Or
You
we
can
should
take a
just do
quarterback.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Corner or quarter. All right,
Ah,
Jalen Smith it is.
lock it in. Come
Boom.
on.
And then I'm gonna take Tesla at this spot. Isaac Tesla. Take him. We're gonna get the F grade. We know it's fine.
It's fine.
Next pick, Tyler Shook. Yeah, he decent combine.
There you go. Great time
Has
to take a
decent throw
quarterback.
power. Drum roll.
Give us that B plus.
Come on. C plus.
B
Yeah.
plus.
All right, so we got an A- for that final pick though. They didn't love the Walter Nolan at 12. That's fine. But overall, I still think we got all of our needs addressed. We can do something with this draft, and we've got a few different options. We have we've probably done at least 10 drafts so far that we've shown you guys. A lot of different combinations of the way we think this thing could go.
Pick the one you like because I mean this is I think this one was successful. The first draft with just Genty was difficult to make really good great decisions, but that second draft where you trade back, I mean, I think every team is probably looking at this draft like, man, if we don't get a top 6 or 7 guy, let's trade back because the guys between 15 and 30 are kind of similar, just depending on what you need. They're not a big needle mover like those first 6 guys are. So get as many picks as you can in that range. If you don't get your top 6 guy, 6, 7 guy, that's how this is going to go, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tapping in with us, and let us know who you would take with that first pick at 12, or if you want to trade back, which path do you like better for us?
Yeah.
I'm team trade back, but you
Which
gotta have
draft
two
was your
tango.
nutter butter? Which was your nutter butter draft? All right, tell me what's up.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.